Hi, my name is Sam Matthew, and today I'm going to be doing a comparative between the documentary Undefeated and the narrative Friday Night Lights. From the outside, most people might think that Undefeated and Friday Night Lights are the same story, as both of them are about football teams, their journey through their seasons, the coaches who went above and beyond the call of duty, ultimately in their quest to win the championship game. But this is not exactly the case. In truth, even I thought that the films would be so similar that there'd be no point watching them both. But what I found out is that I could not be more wrong. Admittedly, both stories are about football teams and their quest to win championship games. Games that will set them on a new path in their lives. But this is just the beginning of the stories. It doesn't take long for the truly unique aspects of the film to claim their own space and allow the viewer to see that there are many different divergences as well as parallels. Undefeated chronicles the journey of a single season in small-town Manasseh. The Tigers, a team of kids who can hardly be called a team, accept to have the same results that all the other teams before them have had. And that is to never make it to a playoff season, or even win a single game for that matter. This is where we see the differences between the two films. When funding comes to the Manassas High School, former coach and now retired Coach Courtney decides to throw his hat in the ring one more time and take on the team in a volunteering capacity and take one more shot at making it to the playoffs. In Friday Night Lights, we meet the Panthers, who are apparently shoo-ins to win the championship, just like every other Panther team before them. When the unexpected happens and the Panther star player Boobie Miles sustains an ACL injury, the team crumbles, and just like that, the parallel between Undefeated and Friday Night Lights surfaces and pushes the story forward, where both teams land in the exact same place, ground zero. As if scripted, Money Brown sustains an injury, much like Boobie Miles, and both players become the main focus of their films. We see them in their own way struggle with the truth that neither of them will play again for the season. And for Friday Night Lights, Boobie Miles, he won't play again for his whole life. Both films mix clips from the injury, the player's reaction, and the team member's surprise at the turn of events. There is no question that Boobie's emotionally charged scene, where he feels that he's lost everything in this world, is much more dramatic than Money Brown, but the emotional punch for both films weighs in very close. The theme of supportive coaches with undenying commitment is present in both films. The stories once again become their own when we learn more about who the coaches are, what they sacrifice for their teams, and what they have to gain or lose if the teams make it to the championships game or not. Undefeated Coach Courtney is a salesman, family man, and volunteer. Humbly sacrifices all that he is to be there for his team in any way that they might need him. In the span of the football season, he acts as a coach, peacemaker, motivator, even as a father figure to many of the players who are desperately lacking parental support. Friday Night Lights Coach Gaines is paid solely as a coach to the Panthers and is completely opposite of Courtney, in that he is slick, arrogant, has one thing and one thing only on his mind, and that's winning games with perfect plays and a perfect team. Unlike the Tigers, who come from broken families with absent parents, the Panthers have more than their fill of parental support, and also unending pressure to make it to the championship game and win like everyone before them has. Miles is injured, and the future of the Panthers is uncertain. The coaches bring their heart and soul to the game, and all that matters to both Gaines and Courtney is that the team do their best, they play with integrity, and they never give up. The speeches that both coaches give to their respective teams, both in their way, draw the audience further into the story. In the end, both teams from Undefeated and Friday Night Lights don't win the championship game. They still manage to get further than either team expected, given the odds that they were working against. Here again is where the stories intersect and then diverge. We see the Tigers of Undefeated make it closer than any other team with sense and feeling of sense of accomplishment. The Panthers of Friday Night Lights lose the championship game too, but the stakes are much different. There is no victory in their accomplishment since they are the first Panthers team to lose the championship game in years. And in the final scenes, the stories once again converge, and we see the players moving on with their lives and to new opportunities. Coaches too move in different directions, where Coach Courtney of Undefeated gives up on coaching and begins the daunting task of trying to pick up the pieces of his home and family life that he neglected for his team. And Coach Gaines of Friday Night Lights gets an opportunity not only to coach the Panthers for one more season, but also to win the championship that slipped to his fingers the year before. So to sum up, I will agree that Undefeated and Friday Night Lights bring similar themes of persistence, strength, and redefinition of what winning truly is. But both stories are told in their own unique ways, impactful messages of hope, life, and resilience of spirit that can never be defeated no matter how many times you fall.